gentlemen, now for the official introduction, the fighter fighting out of the red corner, weight is 67.7. He's 19, stands 5'9". He fights out of SBG Bishop Auckland and hails from Bishop Auckland, Luke Penberthy. And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 56.7. He's 24, stands 5'7". He fights out of Aspire and hails from Liverpool, Scott Johnson. Your referee, Mr. Simon Stadnitsky.
Scott Johnson, the Aspire fighter, fighting out of the blue corner, the black Aspire Combat Academy shorts, taking on Luke Penberthy, SBG South Shields, in the black SBG shorts. Two great camps, two great young fighters, and the almighty championship on the line.
Yeah, just correct you there, sorry Steve, SBG Bishop Auckland, there's Luke Penberthy. But yeah, Luke's a real good, solid young prospect, only 19 years old, already got a lot of fights under his belt. Up against Scott Johnson, who's a seasoned veteran of the amateur circuit, someone who's maybe considering moving into the pro ranks sometime soon, so good matchup again.
Yeah, evenly matched opponents, great camps, and shin to shin there, and that made me wince.
That hurt my shin now. But you always notice with these more experienced fighters, Steve, you'll see they'll take more time to feel each other out.
Yeah.
They won't start as quick.
Yeah, they'll look to see where the distance is. They'll look to see what the range and how their opponent is moving before committing to anything big.
Exactly. Try and get a read on the techniques that the opponent's using, or is there something we can pick up? That was a good right hand.
Yeah,
from Luke
stepped
Penberthy.
through with a nice right hand, and throughout that 15 seconds was just backing Scott inch by inch up as well. Throwing the spinning techniques, the long range techniques, making Scott back to the cage.
Keeping Scott guessing as well.
Not much that, as you point out, there's not much though that Scott won't have seen in the cage or in training, and it's just about making those adjustments in the fight now.
It's all about putting it all together, mate, and it's something I talk about constantly to the guys, and it's all about decision making. That's what win and losers fights on the day. Nice, Scott now attacking his own body lock.
Yeah, pulls his man to the ground, like very nice to get the position.
Nice, good takedown for Scott, pretty even on the feet, so nice to see someone take it by the scruff of the neck.
Absolutely, and again, had to work to get the position, was up against the cage, had to get himself off.
Luke's particularly good off his back, in my opinion, though. He's got a great armbar, a great triangle. He's got several submissions on his record, so this is where Scott needs to be very careful.
And he's got a bit of length on Scott as well. Longer legs, longer arms, so from the back making things like tying up the triangle or bringing the guard up high a little bit easier.
He's got the perfect frame to attack submissions and create leverage.
And straight away we see him starting to pull up mission control. Is that what he's doing here?
He likes like the Goga Plata, the omoplata. As you can see now, he's trying to work his foot in front of Scott's face. Scott needs to keep his head jammed up tight in Luke's the well of his neck or up against the cage to stop that foot coming over to threaten the omoplata or the Goga Plata, Steve.
Well, good defense there.
I'd like to see Scott use his head position a little bit more aggressively, drive it into the face of Luke. Yeah, cover Luke's mouth with his hand.
Chipped away there with the body head.
Make it a bit more horrible for the person on the bottom. Luke threatening the triangle.
Yeah, trying to throw up high again, but too little, too late. Cage door set, round two here.
The chess match should intensify from here on now. Nice low kick from Scott. Tell you what, Luke's done well at countering Scott's low kicks. Every time Scott low kicks, Luke answers back with something.
Oh. Chop the leg again there. Now they're exchanging those low kicks. And both looking for the calf. Not going to the thigh.
No. 5 or 6 of them land clean on that calf, mate, and your mobility's seriously affected.
Right, only a couple have landed, and he's starting to mark up the left leg of Luke Penberthy. It's really low. Penberthy looked like he was rolling for a leg there, but Johnson wise to it.
Scott's got really good control. He's patient. He puts it together well, and he's showing that here again. I think Luke maybe rushed that, tried to force the issue. Gave Scott the body roll for the knee bar, but for me, that wasn't a smart move. Decision making, what we talked about before, but that might just be age. The guy's 19.
He has worked really hard to get that butterfly back in. He's also brought the That high mission control up again, so he's not content just to
No,
stay on his back. He's going to make Scott work for everything.
He's making Scott's life harder. And Scott's got to be working on top as well. You know, the judges here won't just give you, they won't always give you the round just because you're sitting in the guard.
Absolutely.
We've spoke to a couple of judges lately when we've had some decisions go against us, and you know, the guy said there wasn't enough offense on top and the guy on the bottom was fishing for submission, so we gave it that way. So, you know, the game is changing, and just sitting on top is not enough.
But that's nice. It's got to be reassurance for the guys who.
It doesn't have to be punches, Steve. Scott's just past the half guard. This is advancing his technique, advancing his position. You know, the judges
just not settling.
Exactly, just not lying forward on top and hoping for the bell to ring. But Scott's in half guard now anyway. Softening Luke up with some small strikes. I'd like to see him maybe think about posture. He's thinking about it now. There we go. That's what we need. We need something a little bit more convincing.
But he's not willing to. He's not willing to sacrifice the position to raise up to land the big shot if it's not there. And again, that just shows a good fight IQ.
You can't with a guy like Luke Penberthy. You can't make those mistakes. We've seen a couple of fights earlier. We've seen guys dominating and be tapped with an armbar out of nowhere. So Scott is wise to that. For now. For now,
and Penberthy still continuing to work hard from the bottom. Trying to make Scott make that little mistake, but Scott's staying smart.
Luke's got a single butterfly now. I'd like to see him be a little bit more aggressive with that butterfly. Still using the left leg, which is up the back. But for me, he'd have been better using that to try and create some space between him and Scott.
Looking to try and lock in a Kimura, perhaps.
Yeah, he's thinking about the Kimura position here.
Great defense from
Scott really finishing the round strong.
Yeah, just landing a few shots from that top position, and again.
Yeah, I think Scott's got the wrestling on Luke here. Luke's got to come a little bit more to his striking now. He's got to change it up a little bit.
Third round. These two young fighters touch gloves. Scott Johnson, again, fighting out of the blue corner, the black shorts.
Maybe Luke is looking a little bit fresher, maybe. Scott letting himself get backed up onto the cage. It's happened in both rounds. Oh, that was a nice left hook from Scott.
Yeah.
Met Luke on the way in with that. Little bit static from Scott for me. He should be moving laterally a little bit more. This weight division's all about speed. These guys need to move.
I mean, look, he's hammering that lower leg. And it looks to me that there's a bit of swelling already starting on the calf.
Oh, yeah.
So you can keep,
We can see a big lump on Luke's shin there.
It started to swell up almost immediately after.
Again, just forcing the takedown, Luke.
He's unafraid to be on his back.
He's unafraid to be on his back.
He's happy to pull him, but he's got to do something with it now.
Yep, I think he's got to change his tactics a little bit.
I mean, you can control your man here, but if you do nothing other than control, you are still in a position where you're being dominated. Your back is to the mat, and you're doing nothing.
And if we think about octagon control, Steve, this is not where Luke wants to be. So if you're a judge, you're looking at a guy who wants to be on top, but he's on bottom. Which means Scott Johnson, at the moment, is executing his game plan that little bit better.
Absolutely. And again, good positioning of the opponent there by Johnson. Forces Luke Penberthy's head up against the cage, makes that movement a little more difficult.
Davey Grant consistently calling for Luke to get back to his feet. I know that's where he wants him. He wants him back on his feet, where he can be the guy chasing the takedown, or at least working the striking, because he's been holding his own on the feet. It's been a well-matched fight on the feet, but Scott, the bigger gap in level seems to be in the wrestling, Steve.
Yeah, and the control. Every opportunity he gets to land something, whether it's a little chopping hammer fist or shot to the body, Scott's just picking away, staying busy enough that the referee isn't going to look to change the position at all, but still working from the bottom.
Hey, doing well from the bottom, staying busy, constantly moving his hips, constantly trying to give Scott something to think about. He's threatening jiu-jitsu. I'd like to see him, when Scott postures to avoid the submission attack, that's Luke's opportunity to try and change the position.
Is he just going to try and pull slowly into the triangle here?
Yes,
he is.
Oh, have we got...
Is there enough space?
I
There's
can't
not.
quite
You can see there's room at the moment, but if he can.
I don't think I think both arms are in this position.
Yeah.
So it's not a standard triangle. We've got this arm coming across the back. Maybe that's cutting into Scott's carotid artery here and cutting off the blood flow.
Well,
Looked like a submission attempt to me. So, you know, Luke's certainly learning more than Scott is about himself right now.
See if Luke does anything different again. He's got a bit. He's the rangier of the two opponents, but he does let Scott in. Oh.
I'd like to see Scott move laterally a little bit more. Again, mate, Luke's being aggressive on the feet. He's pressuring. He's trying to make something happen. He's trying to finish the fight.
He listened well to his corner there as he was coming in. He was told, break off, break off.
Yep.
He did, but now got within clinch range. And
props to Luke here for actually going out and taking the fight to Scott now. He is trying something different.
He's got the arm looking, there's no arm bar there, but certainly try to pull it around for the Kimura, but nice positioning there.
Looking for the sweep here. Can he get a sweep? Can he get a sweep? Oh, nice, it's close. Good work by Scott just to reset back on top.
Yeah, that was good awareness. And he's going to reset himself now. And he could really sit down in that half guard if he wanted.
Right now Luke's got the shin across the hip, so he's using a bit of a Z guard. He doesn't want Scott to sit right into that half guard position. Now we're in the half guard position, Steve.
There we go.
Scott got his head more to the armpit. I'd like to see him bring his head into the well of the neck.
Is he looking to try and set up the head and arm? Was that the...
Maybe, but to be honest, mate, I think he's just settling into being on top now. I think he wants to beat Luke up from the top position, but again, as we said before, mate, he's very conscious, he's mindful that he doesn't want to lose position or offer someone like Luke Penberthy even a sniff of a submission.
Well, Penberthy's still working to try and lock up that arm. Trying to roll him.
Yep, Scott's on the back. Scott's excellent on the back, I must say. Scott's rear naked choke's probably his best weapon, so...
One hook in as well, pulls.
This could be a bad position for Luke.
And then turns it into the body triangle as well. Starts to chip away with shots.
I'd like to see him flatten out. If you look, the body triangle's actually hooked on the inside of the leg.
Yep.
It's a great position for control.
And now, just both hooks in.
I really think Scott should be looking for a finish here. Luke's obviously still in the fight, but if you think about this from a psychological standpoint, Steve, not much has gone his way.
Absolutely, and standing up from here is going to prove difficult. You are going to put yourself in a vulnerable position to get up.
Exactly. I think from Scott's perspective now, he can start taking a risk with 4 rounds up now.
Oh, big shot there. Oh, another hammer fist, 10 seconds left. Controlling the back position now, trying to chip away, land some big shots. Oh, and that one got through.
Clinic so far from Scott Johnson once we hit the mat. There's no doubt he's in the top handful of flyweights in the UK right now at amateur level, so, you know, we've got 3 minutes left now. Scott's got to stay composed.
I mean, the cardio on both of these athletes. Yeah, they both.
Fresh.
Oh, and he's traveling in with intention, but
nice.
Unfortunately, the rush.
I seen Davy Grant apologise there. I think maybe he asked for that there, but listen, you've got to take a chance.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained, right?
Nothing to apologise for there. That's exactly the type of advice Luke needs now. He's got to try and force it now, Steve.
Absolutely. Oh! And as you say that, he throws it up.
There's no arm in there, Steve, but you can still create some discomfort on someone, but there's no arm in, so I don't believe there's a submission. But now's the time to force it.
That's it.
Now's the time to take silly chances.
Can he use this to, like, what is, it's not a submission's not on, so what's he looking to?
I don't believe so. I think at best he can try and achieve a better position from the scramble.
Well,
it's got him to close guard, Steve.
And now he's still, it's a fairly high guard he's got. He's keeping those knees up by the shoulders, so.
Scott's got to be careful with the angle of his head. You can see Luke pushing on the head now. That's to try and help bring this leg over the front of his face. He's working for it again. Scott's fighting to bring it back inside. But again, look, Scott can rest on his laurels here, and this can just flip on its head in 1 second. So Scott's got to stay smart here. He's got to stay vigilant.
Yeah, got to. But he's in no position where he needs to make any foolish
No, he
or
doesn't
rash.
need to panic, mate. He needs to just stick with it. Stick with what he's been doing. Now he's past the guard. That Kimura's even more threatening. In half guard, it's less dangerous.
Again, tries to bring that knee shield up, but Scott Johnson just trying to step behind. Again, it's good control from the Aspire Combat Academy fighter here.
And, you know, as Scott's coach, this is what I like to see, mate. It's great when you get finishes, but if I can put a guy in the cage who literally is never really in a bad spot, then, you know, as a coach, we want to eliminate risk whilst achieving the win.
I mean, we're looking for anything here to try, and it looks uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think Luke's just trying anything he can now, and I don't blame him.
Why not? I mean, it does not look like a comfortable position by any stretch.
You can see Scott forcing the forearm into the jaw. Just trying to give Luke something back, bringing the knee across the chest now as well.
Ooh,
Yeah, I'd like to see a little bit more striking from Scott in this position. I feel like he's sitting on his win a little bit, which is okay, but, you know, you don't want to be stood up again. You're in a good position. Keep the ref happy, keep the judges happy.
I mean, Scott is having to take his time to work his way slowly out of this position, which is, again, intelligent. He doesn't want to rush, make the mistake. Oh,
Have we got a...
That's tight. It's tight.
It's last 10. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you can finish
not
with
now.
that.
Not now.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 hard-fought rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. All 5 judges score this in favour of your winner. In the blue corner, Scott Johnson.